Awesome. So once again, for those of you guys that are new, I know we've been having an incredible amount of people joining the team. And so for those of you guys that are new, our weekly Wednesday lunch and learns are really designed to get you guys the skill set necessary to become a professional here with Viseo. And so, okay, hold on, you can't see me? Can you guys see me okay? About the screen. I know I'm spotlighted. Deb, you probably just need to flip your phone, slide it over right or left to be able to see me. All right, thank you guys. And so with that being said, my name is Mario Delgadillo. I'm the leader of this team here in Southern California. With that being said, we've been with the company. I'm hoping you guys are okay. Sorry, because I'm freezes here and there, but we can hear fine. Okay. All right. So I'll from now on, guys, I'll start jumping on my hotspot on my cell phone to make sure that it doesn't jump in and out. But either way, guys, what we're doing, guys, is this. Over the course of the last few months, I've been really dedicated to helping you guys become a network marketing professional. And so with that being said, there's three types of people that join into network marketing, okay? We call them posers, right? A poser is somebody who really treats this business like a lottery ticket, right? It makes sense, kind of. They're like, yeah, okay, that makes sense, sell some stuff. And man, I wonder who I know, because I want to really just see if I can just put as minimal effort as possible into the business, but get the most out of it, right? And they're always, oh man, if I just know this one guy, man, he knows everybody. And they're the guy or the gal that brings in one or two people, and they're like, well, Mario, you said all I had to do was hit star, and we help them get star, and they just stop, right? The second is an amateur, okay? And this is where I was for a long time. An amateur always thinks they know better, right? They're always saying, oh man, that system's pretty cool, but I bet you we can do this. I bet you we can do that. And they're always looking for different angles, different ways to approach this business. And then there's a professional. A professional understands that there's a tried and true turnkey system, and there's only about 7 different skill sets that you need to master to really become a professional and a millionaire, right? My first mentor in this profession said, Mario, when you can master these 7 skill sets, then you will become a millionaire, right? You'll have everything you've ever desired in your life. So the answer then is this, not to go and find different ways. The answer is to identify what those skill sets are, and then shorten the time between where you're at now to becoming a master in each one of those 7 skill sets. So today, what we're going to do is we're actually going to talk about a few things, guys. We're going to talk about 3 in general. Building your Viseo business online, specifically using social media. Then we're going to talk about also how to understand what branding and attraction marketing is, because they work together, okay? So first off, when we talk about how to build your business online, we're going to talk about prospecting online with social media, right? Using your Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, right? There's a number of different ones, guys. These are the ones that I use the most. Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to be able to build your business. We're also, like I said, going to talk about attraction marketing and building your brand. So with that being said, prospecting online with social media, okay? Things that are working against you. And these are things that you've just got to understand. It's kind of like understanding the score of the game, understanding what inning you're in, understanding what out, how many outs are there in that inning, and what type of things that are going on. So you just got to understand what things are working against you. Number one, your warm market, guys, right? From your warm market perspective, these are things that are not going to work well for you, okay? So your people do not know you as an entrepreneur, most of you, okay? I'd say the vast majority of you guys, your people don't know you as an entrepreneur. And so what happens is, all of a sudden out of nowhere, you become this business owner, entrepreneur, and your friends or the people that you know are going to be like, what? Like, that's weird, right? They don't trust or respect you in this space. That's very, very important. You see, when I became a network marketer for the first time, nobody really took me serious. Even though I had a lot of success in education, right? People respected me in education because people would call me and ask me questions about financial aid. I'd have friends of mine saying, "Hey, Mario, so-and-so is going to be starting college soon. Would you mind if I called you and we asked you some questions about how financial aid works or about how this works or whatever?" But when I became a network marketer, nobody was calling me to ask me about what it meant to be an entrepreneur, how they can make money from home. Because what happens is the law of proximity starts to work against you. Now that's important. Now you guys have probably heard me talk about the law of proximity many times, right? But the law of proximity is basically this: that people, your friends and family, okay, people in your network, they're too close to you. And so what I mean by that is, like, you look at your cousins. I have a group of cousins, and we're ranging from about 42 to like 33, 34, right? There's like 6 or 7 of us. We were all raised together. It's my mom's kids, and her sister's kids, and her brother's kids, right? We're all on one side family, and we've grown up together. Right? We've gotten in fights with one another, literally fist fights. We've fought other people when we were kids. We did stuff together we shouldn't have, got in trouble together, right? And so what happens now, though, is that I'm so close to them that even after 10 years of being an entrepreneur, I think they now respect me as an entrepreneur, right? But even still, it's sometimes it's just like, oh, that's Mario. He's an idiot, right? Because we're cousins, right? And we're family. And so what happens a lot of times is you guys get started in your Viseo business, and then you take this message of wellness, of business, of first movers advantage, of leveraged income, of residual income, and your cousins, my cousins, go, "You're an idiot. What do you know about that?" Right? So, and then what happens is when you take this out to your most immediate network, your warm market, and people don't bite, you're like, "Oh, this doesn't work. Mario, I've called everybody," right? No, you haven't. You've called about 10 of your most immediate people, and the law of proximity is working against you, right? Now, here's the other thing that's important. Your definition of success in Viseo is tied directly to your warm market. And that's where a lot of people really fail, right? Because you understand, I'd say, "Hey, how's it going?" "Oh man, I'm reaching out to everybody." And I'm like, "Really? Okay. What do you mean by that?" "Well, I've already reached out to 15 people. I reached out to 20 people. I'm like, "Dude, if I walked down the street in the middle of quarantine, I'll see more than 15 people. One block." Like, when you think of it on a bigger scale, right? There's one thing that there's no shortage of, and that's people, right? There's people everywhere. But what happens is your people don't know you as an entrepreneur, so they don't trust and respect you in this space. The law of proximity works against you, right? And you're basically hanging your definition of success in Viseo on their reaction to what you bring to them, guys. And that is a recipe for disaster, honestly and truly. See, because what I've learned with your warm market is that credibility comes from longevity. This is a very important thing. The number one reason why, not number one reason, but one of the top reasons why people hate network marketing is because of this. We've all known someone, right? We've all known someone in our network, whether they're people we went to high school with, people we work with, our friends or family, over the course of our lifetime that came up and they're like, "Mario, oh my gosh, man, I'm going to be a millionaire, brother. I just found this super galactic juice." And then they tell you about their story. See, what happened was 20 years ago, 2 monks were walking in the forest. One of them tripped and he started bleeding. The other one grabbed this berry that was hanging off this tree that nobody had ever known about, right? And he poured it in on it, and bam, and my God, we're the first ones to ever, right? So everybody's got this crazy, ridiculous story, right? But because of the things we already know, right? Number 1, people are usually late. Number 2, there's no disruptive product. Number 3, there's no system. Number 4, there's no Dallin. Number 5, right? There's no revenue share. All the things that we know are the reason why we're exploding. They don't have. So everybody knows that person that from 1 week to the next came out and was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever on Monday. And by Tuesday of the following week, they're crickets. Maybe some of you guys have been there, even with your Viseo business. And what happens is the reason why nobody in your warm market usually takes you serious is because if you're writing notes, they are expecting you to quit, right? They're expecting you to quit. So even when you get pitched in their mind, when you pitch them or when you approach them in their mind, they're like, oh God, oh yeah, sure, Abel, you're gonna be a millionaire. Call you in 90 days and you'll be like, oh, that was a scam, right? And so what happens is they're expecting you to quit. So what I'll tell you guys is this, we have to understand, number one, your warm market is so small. Imagine if you started a business today, right? Let's say you owned a health food store. Okay, where you sell organic food and whatever, right? If you were going to create a business plan, let's say you were going to come to me and you were going to say, Mario, listen, I need about $100,000 to get this business off the ground. And in your business plan, okay, you look at who are our target markets. Would you really lean on your warm market? Well, the success and failure of our business is going to rely on if my Uncle Joe, my Aunt Mary, my cousin Anthony, and my grandma like this business. Think about how absurd that sounds. Guys, how many, put a little raise your hand in there or say I if you think that sounds absurd. If you were going to open a business and you were looking for an investor and you were like, listen, all my family is really excited about this, I'd be like, oh, okay, great. I don't care about your family. There's just in East Vale alone, the city that I live in, there's 100,000 people. What are you talking about? But see, people bring that same mentality to Viseo. The success or failure, okay, lies solely in your 10 closest friends if they like it. And then you're like, oh crap, I told you it was a scam, right? Think about that, guys. So understand that in the grander scope of things, yes, if your warm market jumps on with you, awesome, right? But if they don't, it's okay because they're about this much of your business potential, okay? Now, if I look on this link, there's over 60 people on here today, which is awesome. That means that you're hungry, okay? And I love that about you guys, okay? But if I went on this 60, there's probably 5, maybe even 3 that I knew prior, okay, 3 that I knew prior to Viseo. We've built an insane income off of complete strangers, right? Now they're strangers to me, but they're not strangers to you, right? So like, right, what do I mean by that? Like Jackie Vasquez was a friend of mine. She brought in Tanya. I didn't know Tanya. Then Tanya brought in Alba and Joe and all these other people. And then Joe brought in Lisa Lamazzi. Lisa Lamazzi brought in Diana Mosier, all strangers. And then Diana Mosier brought in Jeff Gonzalez, right? Jeff Gonzalez brought in Kenji, and he also brought in Liana. And see, all these people that are strangers, imagine if I would have worried about this many people in my network. You see, I'm just trying to get the mindset right for you guys right here, because I think right now, even though you're hungry, even though you get it, even though you have all the time in the world, a lot of you guys need to have what we call a checkup from the neck up, right? Guys, if every single person you know says no to Viseo, you can still build a multi-million-dollar business. I promise you that much, okay? Let me give you one example. So Jeff Gonzalez is the epitome of hunger. Okay, the guy will do anything to be successful. Okay, he is on LinkedIn using the strategy and the verbiage that I'm going to share with you guys today, and he met Angie Fierro. Angie's on here. I think Jeff is as well. You guys correct me, but I don't think you guys knew each other prior to Viseo, right? You were just cold market on LinkedIn, right? Jeff was doing what he's supposed to do. He connects with Angie. Now, Angie, she said, no, we did not know one another, right? Angie is hungry. She's out there, somebody who has big dreams, big aspirations, and more importantly, she has big work ethic. They connect. Angie gets started. Brought in a ton of people, built a good little team, and then Kenji comes in. Now, Kenji is warm market to Angie, but not to Jeff. But what if Jeff was like, man, Mario, I'm talking to everybody. Do you know how much money has been made because Kenji got started for Jeff and Amberly and their family and their children? So I share this to say that there's always people out there hungry, right? And I remember when Angie got started, she couldn't even contain herself. She's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. This is crazy. So if your Uncle Joe that you keep reaching out to and your whole world is revolved around him being in, keep saying, that's a scam. Look at what I found on the internet. Blah, blah, blah. Why do you care when there's people like Angie out there that are like this? Someone call me, please, someone call me. I'm freaking hungry. I want to change my life, right? So warm market works against you guys sometimes, okay? So, but here's the thing, we still reach out to them because guess what? Jackie Vasquez was in my warm market. I called Jackie, one call, she was on, and then wham, ripped it, right? The biggest and strongest team within my entire team comes from warm market. So we still go through it, but I'm trying to help you guys to understand we're going to go through them. But if they say no or they're not into it, just keep on moving, right? Okay. So, but your marketing campaign needs to change. And that's what we're going to talk about today. How many of you guys have really never considered that you actually do have a marketing campaign? Either it's a very bad one, okay? Either it's a very good one, or you don't even have one, but even not having one is a campaign, okay? Because this is your business. So we're gonna talk a little bit. Now, when we look at prospecting for our social media with cold market, okay? There's an endless amount of people out there, right? Now, sometimes people are more open to hear from someone else they don't know if it's done right. Now, I've used this example before, like my brother-in-law, I have an opportunity to see him all the time because it's funny. I work from home. He actually works from his parents' house, which is across the street from me. Now, he's a very successful young guy. He's a couple years younger than me, but you know, he's one of my best friends. But if Steph and I were hurting for money, okay, I might not want to share that openly with him, right? So if he approached me or prospected me and said, hey man, I know things might be tough right now, typically I'm gonna be like, no, good bro, thanks man. Sometimes, right? Now, other people might be like, man, Mario, that's prideful. Listen, it is what it is. You know, some people don't want to share it, put all their business in the streets. But if the neighbor saw me out there and said, hey bro, I see, you know, you look like a sharp guy, man. You know, my wife and I build a business online. Not sure if you're open. I might be more apt to listen to what he has to say than my brother-in-law, right? And so that's just the nature of man, right? Because sometimes people, even within their own families, because we all know that there's always weird dynamics within families, you know, even sometimes people within their own families would rather learn from somebody else or receive from somebody else than somebody too close to them, okay? So, and what happens is I'm gonna teach you how to create specific targets. Guys, this is huge. I'm going to teach you guys how to go out there and create a specific target market. Basically, look for specific type of people to go and target with cold marketing. Why? Because we know that certain people are more apt to be open-minded than others, right? And again, I'm speaking to the masses here. Okay, so these are just generalities of marketing, okay? So, but what you get is you get a fast yes or a fast no. But guys, don't you want a fast yes or a fast no? How many of you guys are sick and tired of fence sitters, right? If you are tired of a fence sitter, hit tired, right? Write that in there. Say, I'm tired of the fence sitters, because they actually are the ones that just drive you nuts. Right? It's like literally, bro, either get on or get off, right? Right? What's that old saying? You either pee or get off the pot, right? See, I don't want to bother with fence sitters. So you either give me a fast yes or a fast no. Boom, boom, boom. Let's just keep on moving, okay? So now these people, let's see here. These are the people that you're going to really market to going forward. So yes, when you look at your Facebook page, okay, we're going to talk a lot about Facebook today, but this philosophy works with everything. In fact, probably on another day, I'm going to do a smaller, maybe like just a random middle afternoon training on how to recruit using Instagram, because there's a little specific strategy that we learned. But this particular philosophy pretty much works for everything, okay? But when you look at your Facebook friends right now, if you want to, and if you know, okay, because I guarantee you, most of you guys probably don't even know this. How many friends do you have on Facebook, right? And so what happens is you have, out of those friends, you probably have an extremely small amount of friends, first of all, and they're all warm market. Do you know that Facebook allows you to get to 5,000 friends on Facebook? That's crazy. So, and this philosophy that I'm going to teach you guys today, if you're writing notes, is really cold market focused, okay? It's not really to go out and get your Uncle Joe or your cousin or your grandma or your aunt. Now, we will get some of them that naturally draw over, because if you do this over a long period of time, you're going to start, okay, gaining credibility, right? Because your longevity is starting to get bigger, right? People are starting to say, oh man, he's still in that thing. So you start to get respect, okay? So what we're going to do, guys, is as we go out and we identify new friends, okay, there's some things that I want you to understand, okay? So we have adding new friends, okay? We're going to talk about how to do this. Number one, okay, is this. I want you to spend some time and go out and find a top network marketing leader in your area. Okay, or even a top professional in any industry, okay, and identify them. Now, the reason we want to do this is because, so let's just stick to network marketing, okay? You might say, Mara, how do I even do that? Well, listen, what you're going to do is you're going to have to be an investigator, right? And so, you know, go online, go on Facebook, and when you go onto the search bar, you could type in, you know, Melaleuca. You could type in Herbalife, Amway, Mary Kay, Avon, Monat, right? And so what you're going to do is once you search that, you're going to see some tabs across the top, right? It'll say people, it'll say posts, it'll say events, different things like that. So maybe click on posts. And what you're going to see is you're going to see anybody, right, that's surrounding you geographically that has maybe typed in, you know, Monat or typed in Primerica or typed in whatever. Now, some of those people are public, so you'll actually see it highlighted. So if I typed in Melaleuca, right, which is a product-based network marketing company, it's going to show me like a little preview of all of these posts, and the word Melaleuca will be highlighted. So I can click on there, and now you're just going to have to be an investigator. You're going to have to go and click around, and maybe the post says, right? And it's a picture of two guys, right? And one's doing this because network marketers do this, right? How many of you know network marketers do this? It's funny, right? So he's talking to somebody, he's standing there, right? And it's my post, and it says, so appreciative of my mentor, you know, Mr. You know, Ricky Untermeyer, for taking me under his wing. And then it says hashtag Melaleuca, right? But they usually have tagged Ricky Untermeyer in the post. So now I click on Ricky, and now I can see, whoa, big time network marketer, right? So that's how you identify a network marketer in your area. But listen, how many of you know that whether it was in Viseo or not, you guys, where you're at right now in your career, you're probably not going to recruit a 7-figure earner, right? Let's just call a spade a spade. You know, when you get to certain levels in network marketing, they actually will be recruited by people only that they see on their level or above, right? So if you haven't hit certain ranks in network marketing, if you approach a network marketer, they're not even going to listen to you. Because my philosophy here is not to find a Ricky so you can try to recruit him. My philosophy is to find a Ricky so then you can go to his friends list, okay, and start adding his friends. Now, this is a little sneaky, but here's the thing that I'll tell you, okay? Usually, these people that are followers of a guy like Ricky have the right mindset. See, because Ricky and Francois, guys, have been in network marketing for, I think, about 4 years now total between two companies. Now, they have a massive team here, and they had a massive team at their last company. Now, we know that over the course of your network marketing career, you're going to have people join and quit. How many of you know that whether it's the greatest opportunity, which we have with Viseo, or not, in network marketing, people are going to join and quit, right? If you know that people are just going to join and quit, type quit in the chat bar. And guys, there's nothing you can do about that, right? That's just what it is. So with that being said, let's say over the course of the first 4 years, okay, with Ricky and Francois being network marketers, do you think that they've had people join their team, add them on Facebook, and then maybe quit over maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is? Have people join them and quit? Absolutely, right? So why are we focusing on that friends list? Well, because if I was going to line up 10 random people, right, and I could say, listen, I don't really know, I don't know too much about them, but if I had a list of things, right, I'm going to ask them some questions, right? Some of them, the likelihood of them joining my team is higher than others. What's a question that I would ask? So how many of you 10 have ever been in a network marketing company before? So 5 of them raise their hand. So 5 of the 10 raise their hand. Those 5, their chance of joining my team is a little higher simply because they've been open-minded enough to join a network marketing company before, right? Yes. Now, out of those 5, so I turn to those 5 and I say, now, how many of you guys were in a network marketing company that sold products? How many of you were in a company that sold services, right? Well, 3 of the 5 raise their hand and say, I sold products. Now, those 3 are a little bit more likely to join my company than the other 2, right? Because it's in the same suite. But then I take a step back and I say, listen, out of you 10, okay, how many of you guys are self-employed? Well, we know that the 5 there have been in network marketing, but out of the whole 10, 4 of them are self-employed. So actually those 4 are not even part of the 5 that raise their hand for network marketing. 2 of them are real estate professionals. 1 owns a construction company and the other guy's in insurance. They're more likely to join or at least be open, right, than the other person who's never been in network marketing and is not self-employed. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying here? This is very, very important. You have to be strategic about who you're adding. Like for me, I tell you guys this all the time. I use my social media, my friends list, specifically for business, okay? Now, I'm coming up to my 5,000. So unless you're on my team already in Viseo, I pretty much won't accept people because I know I only have till 5,000. And I use this for recruiting. So what do I mean by that? I'll go do it every time I do, like we go to convention and I do a training on stage at Orlando, I'll start getting friend requests from people in Viseo, but they're already in Viseo and they're on somebody else's team. It's not that I don't want to be their friend or I don't want to like have a connection with them, but I use my social media for the purposes of building. So if I only have a finite amount of people, you're already in the team, that means I can't recruit you. So you could follow me on Instagram because there's an unlimited amount of people that I can have on Instagram, but I'm not going to accept you in Facebook, right? So when you go to a big leader and you add their friends, chances are the likelihood of them at one time or another being in network marketing, right? Like it says, oh, by the way, some of those leaders have their friends protected. Some of them are on to me. So when you go see even when you're friends with them, if you go to see their friends, you can't see it. They're blocked. Some people have that for that purpose. And if they do, then you just gotta go find another leader, okay? But the idea is that usually birds of a feather flock together. So if I'm a network marketer, chances are that my friends are a little bit more likely to be open-minded to hear about a new CBD project than somebody who's never been in network marketing, never been self-employed, right? See what I'm saying? Now, some of you this might be your first network marketing company ever, right? Some of you might say, Mara, I've never been self-employed, and that's okay. What we're trying to do is give you general principles that work in marketing, but there's always exceptions to the rule, obviously. And then add. It's so crazy. When I started this process years ago, okay, I remember sitting there and adding and adding and adding. I mean, I literally felt like I was adding people all day long on Facebook. And then I'm like, oh man, let me see how many people I've added so far. And like the needle moved by like 70. I was like, what the? I got to get to 5,000. Guys, you will start to truly understand how many people 5,000 people are once you start adding, because you're going to be adding and adding. So what we do, how do we do it? We just go to their Facebook page and you start going down the line. Okay, and add. And what happens is you'll start seeing, the more you do it, you'll start seeing more and more people that have mutual friends. So if I've been on some Primerica guys for a long time, adding and then adding and adding and adding and adding, right? The longer I do that, the Facebook algorithm is going to start showing me a bunch of Primerica people, right? More than anything else. And so you'll see that, oh man, right now, I don't know how I got into some algorithm right now, but I'm all about Primerica people because that's all that's in my thing that I'm adding, right? Then the next time, if you shift out and you happen to find somebody within that friends list that is with Herbalife and you start on that and you start going, now you're going to start seeing all kinds of Herbalife people, okay? Now our goal, okay, is to get to 5,000 friends on Facebook, okay? Our goal is to get at least 5,000 followers on Instagram. And on LinkedIn, did you know you can actually get up to 30,000 connections? They call them connections on LinkedIn, okay? Now, before we move forward, okay, I want you guys to know this, okay? You have to remove this thought process or this philosophy that, oh man, I don't want nobody knowing my business. Guess what, guys? Your cell phone listens to everything you say. How many of you guys have been talking to your significant other and you're like, man, you know what sounds good? Some Cadillac margaritas. Man, like I really feel like a margarita today. Like, yeah. And you guys are talking about it. Next thing you know, 10 minutes later, you jump on your phone and there's an ad for the best Cadillac margaritas in your area. And it's a guy sitting there like with a shaker, right? Whether you like it or not, guys, we are in the technology-based age. Right? And so what I want you to do is take off this mindset where I don't want people looking at me. I don't want nobody knowing. And if that's you, that's okay. Okay. But you're literally leaving a gaping hole in your business right now. Okay. So shift your understanding. What I tell people is this, guys, I have a website. I actually have a website. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen it, marioadelgadillo.com. It's a website that I have. And I have it because I know that there's people that have like, who is this dang guy anyways? And they want to Google, right? So because I know people want to Google and go and look people up, I have a website. I'll give them something to look for, right? But that website costs me about $5,000 to make, right? And I have to have it maintained and updated and all these other things. The way I look at my social media sites is my social media sites are my free websites, okay? These are websites for me that I can basically go out there, okay? Get my brand out into the marketplace and it's free, okay? So that said, now we're gonna talk about going for it, okay? Now this is a very, very important part of our philosophy, okay? So once they accept the friend request, here's what's gonna happen, okay? This is Ashley. Ashley's on our team. And so you are going to get a notification to your phone in your messenger that says you are now friends with so-and-so. So I got this and I screenshotted this one because obviously Ashley's on our team. So I wasn't going to recruit her. So it's still sitting there like this. Okay. So I requested them. They accept it and I get something like this. Okay. Now, so here is where the magic happens. Okay. So there's a question that you have to ask yourself. Should I try to build rapport with this brand new person or go for it, right? Well, let's look at, you could see there, you know, by the picture, Ashley's a pretty girl. She's got a beautiful family. It seems like we're about the same age. So isn't it creepy when someone you don't know asks you random questions out of nowhere on Facebook? If it's creepy, write creepy there, right? Especially, let's talk about the ladies. Ladies, if a guy sends you a random question, even if it's not something that's like, hey, you're hot. Not like that. Even if they're just like, hey, Ashley, I see that you guys live in Los Angeles. That's creepy, okay? And I think it's also weird if a guy sends another guy a message just out of nowhere. Hey, Joe, how's it going, man? Great to meet you. It's creepy, okay? So, and again, then the same thing. Let's flip it around. Let's say a girl, okay, sends a message to a guy. Maybe it's not creepy, but it might send the wrong message, right? Or write a girl to a girl. Hey, girl, how you doing? How's everything? It's just like, what? What I learned, guys, is this. Whenever you receive a message from somebody you don't know, people ask themselves a couple of questions. Number one, who is this? Number two, what do they want? And number three, why are they messaging me? Would you guys agree? I get a message, you know, how many of you guys got a message? You're like, you look at your phone, you're like, who is this? What do they want, right? Who is this? What do they want? And why are they messaging me? So the reason I share this is because a long time ago, the philosophy was try to build rapport with them. Spend some time. So you say, hey, Ashley, thanks for accepting me. Look forward to networking with you in the future. Emoji. And then now I'm literally being a creeper because I'm waiting for Ashley to post something, right? And she posts and says, hey, great time today at the park with my kids. And I like it. And I'm like, hey, I just went to the park today with my kids. Emoji. And then I'm waiting for her another 2-3 weeks. She posts something again and she's like, oh my gosh, this is the best Mexican food in LA. And I'm like, girl, you need to come out to Ontario. There's a better one there. Emoji. Guys, how long does that take, first of all? It takes a long time. Do we want speed? Yes. We just want to go through the numbers. But now to a degree, I'm being fake because now Ashley thinks that I'm trying to be her friend when I'm not trying to be her friend. I'm just waiting for the right opportunity to be that salesman. Guys, that's cheeseball. Don't do it. So here's what I say. Instead, be direct, be transparent, be clear, and be open about your intentions, okay? Because what happens is this, guys. Here's your outcome. This is, I think, the outcome we want. We want to get a fast yes, or we want to get a fast no. So what does that look like, guys? Because as a sorter, right? Because remember, we talk about sorting. Hey, Ashley, are you open to an online business? No. Are you open to no, right? We use like a deck of cards. Sort, okay? So as a sorter, don't we want to get a fast yes or a fast no? Absolutely. And remember, what did we say about my brother-in-law and the neighbor? Ashley doesn't know me. So if maybe they are hurting, maybe she's talking to her husband last night and they're like, babe, I'm really nervous. Like they're talking about me not getting back to work for a month and we only have X amount of money in savings. Jeez Louise. And then the next day I hit her with one of these. Okay, this is an actual one that just happened, okay? Hey, Jennifer, I know we haven't had the pleasure to meet yet, but I wanted to see if you had any interest in partnering with us on the launch of the world's only patented THC-free CBD, 100% from home. We're looking to expand in your area. Let me know either way. If not, no worries. What'd she say? I'm open to hearing about it. Why would, now this is a different person, but I just found a real life example. Why would Ashley say, I'm open to hearing about it? Well, number one, because she doesn't know me. Number two, I'm straight up, I'm straightforward, I'm transparent, I'm clear, and I'm honest about my intentions. But the other thing is that I didn't know this, but last night, her and her husband were having a talk about having to figure something out. And then boom. Look at mine, awesomeness. Want to jump on a short call sometime tomorrow and I get you the details? Definitely, okay? Huge deal, guys. Now, I will take a pause here because I know that some of you guys are saying, Mario, I'm doing that. I'm doing that and people aren't wanting to jump on the call. Is there anybody that's doing this and then somebody's like, yeah, I'm open, and then they don't want to get on a call or they don't want to get, they don't want to move forward? Has this happened to anybody? Yes, D, okay, Rachel, yes, thank you guys. Angie, Dr. T, okay, good. They say they want to, but they never commit, okay. Yep. Okay, good. So here's the one thing. Number one, this is where you might not like what I have to say. Remember, you always hear me say this. Create a cushion, okay? So here's my cushion. Permission to share something with you guys that is kind of tough, okay? First of all, the reason why they're not jumping on the phone with you is because when you do this and they say, sure, what do you think they do right after this interaction or exchange? Tell me what you think they do right after I send this text message. No, not Google, because I haven't given them anything. Mong, ding, 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 they look me up. They go back to my Facebook and they go, who is this guy anyways? Right? They go to your social page. Exactly. The number one reason why you guys can't get anybody off from online to talk to you on the phone is because your Facebook profile is not attractive to them. And it has nothing to do with the way you look. What I mean by that, and we're going to learn about this, attraction marketing and branding. However, here's something that I do want you to know. And if you're taking notes, this probably is on the 10 commandments of network marketing. Here's one of the commandments. You cannot say the right thing to the wrong person. And you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. So even though you guys might be horrible at social media, yes, Abel, you are cute, my bro. Listen, even though you might be horrendous with your social marketing or social media marketing campaign and your brand, sometimes I'm just hungry. And if I'm dying for money, if I need an opportunity, I'll say, yeah, what is it? Yeah, let's go. What time do you want to talk? So understand that there will still be people who want to talk, but we do have options. So number one, if somebody doesn't want to give you their number or get on the phone, then I would say this, okay? Listen, my partner is hosting a private invite-only webinar today at 4 p.m. Pacific. Don't use them both, by the way. Don't say 4 or 7 every single day. What does that mean? 4 or 7 every single day, you have no urgency and you've built no value. You make it look like we're the guy standing on the street corner like this with the big sign. Hey guys, come on in. We're here every day, all day, right? And we know that people are going to do later what they can do. They're always going to put off for later what they can do right now. So here's what I would say. Hey, listen, I can understand that. We just met one another. No worries. Listen, my partner is actually doing a private invite-only Zoom webinar today at 4 p.m. Pacific. We try to keep it as small as possible, but I can probably get you on that. Are you open to it? Yeah, I can. Okay, so if I send you the link, would you be able to get on today at 4 o'clock? Sure can. Awesome. Then you send it. Because now what you're doing is you're creating some exclusivity there and you're building value for it. Now, if they said, dang it, 4 o'clock, I can't. You know why? Because I'm taking my mom to the doctor at that time. What time's her appointment? It's literally at 4 o'clock. I can't do it. Darn it. I'm interested though. Okay, cool. Let me send him a text real quick. He might be doing one at 7 as well. Wait 3 minutes and come back and say, you know what? He's actually doing one at 7. Does 7 o'clock work better for you tonight? You see the difference in the approach? Right? I actually feel like it's valued. Yeah, there's a private invite only, okay, Zoom. Do they need to download Zoom? They don't need to. You can go through the web-based model, but we'll get to that later, D, okay? So, yeah, I can do it. Perfect. I'm going to send you the link, okay? And you actually just send a little flyer that we have and the IDs on there. And you could tell them, hey, about 3 minutes before, download the app if you want. If not, you just click on the link or go to Zoom on Safari, type in the ID and you're in. Okay, so this is important, guys. But what you're going to do now, okay, now, was this helpful? Okay, because I want to make sure. Oh, the other thing that I would say is this. Let's say, again, we just want a fast yes or a fast no. So number one priority, get them on a call, connect call, okay? If we can't get them on a connect call, then we put them on the Zoom. If they can't get on a Zoom, third thing I would say is, listen, man, I'm going to send you a quick link, okay? So listen, I'm going to send you a link. My partner did a recorded webinar a couple days ago. It's about 20 minutes. I'll send it over to you. If I send it to you, though, will you be able to watch it today? Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. So if I hit you up around 7 o'clock, will you have been able to watch it? Yeah, I could do that. Perfect. On our Movement YouTube channel, there's a link there to a 29-minute CBD overview webinar that I did and recorded. I've been doing these 2 a day for the last 2 weeks. I think till date, it's the best one that I've done so far. 29 minutes, it goes through everything. Remember, because we're a sorter, we're not a convincer. We tried to get him on a call, he wouldn't do it. Tried to get him on a Zoom, he wouldn't do it. Send him the video. I've had people watch it and say, dang, this is dope. Okay, I'm interested. Here's my number, let's talk. Right? Here's my number, let's talk. Would you rather, we want a fast yes, fast no, right? We're not a convincer, okay? I'll send it out, guys. I'll post it, okay? But this is a big deal, okay? So just go for it, guys, okay? Go for it. Now, let's talk about warm market approach, okay? So timing is everything, and this is very, very important, okay? There will be people, and there are people, I just enrolled 2 of them yesterday, okay? There are people, okay, that a year ago were good. Let me just be brutally honest with you guys. How many of you know people, maybe it's even yourself, 1 year ago today, you were fat and happy, right? Business was good. You were going on trips. You had tons of money in the bank, and it was smooth sailing, right? Yeah. When people are fat and happy, they're not open, right? But now some things have changed. And when people become hungry, when they're not fat and happy anymore, sometimes they just need somebody to come and throw the bait in the water again. And that's what I'm doing. So here's what we have. So on average, people in your warm market take anywhere from 3 to 6 times to follow up in exposures. So what you hit somebody up a year ago, unless they were a jerk about it, right? And they're like, don't call me with that stupid pyramid thing, blah, blah, blah. Unless they were that guy, there's no reason why you can't go back around right now, because timing is everything. And here's the other thing. Again, I think this might be on the network marketing 10 commandments. When your circumstances change, so does your perspective. Guys, truthfully, truth be told, okay, I don't think I've ever shared this story. Steph and I had some friends that were part of Primerica when I was in, when I was at University of Phoenix. I was probably about 26, 27 years old at that time. We were smoking it. I just bought my home, my first home in Eastville. I mean, we were doing really well, okay? And because, you know, who do we teach people to go after, right? People who have money, who are successful. This guy kept coming after me, right? And I only knew him. My wife knew his wife, and then so I knew him through there. And he was just always trying to get, well, yeah, but what if happens if blah, blah, blah. And a lot of the things now looking back, he told me were very true. Man, Mario, you need to have a secondary source of income. But I just didn't know it. But I used to jam him up. And I was a little bit of a jerk about it. Like I would be like, every time I would go, babe, whose party are we going to? And she's like, oh, we're going to go to so-and-so's house. And I'm like, oh, are they related to those two? Yeah. And I was like, great. We're going to have to see Mr. Millionaire. Because he would say, we and him, as you guys know, I'm kind of an alpha, right? So him and I recall one time we ended up locking horns because he was trying to come at me so hard. And then I started coming back at him. And I remember him saying to me, mark my words, in 3 years, we will be millionaires and you're going to still be working for someone else. And so, I went to go see him, and every time we would go see him, I'm like, oh, great, here we go. I'm going to have to go listen to Mr. Millionaire. And he did quit, okay? He did quit network marketing a long time ago. And now we flipped, which is crazy. But the reason I say that is because even me, at one time in my life, was a massive negative guy. But circumstances changed my perspective, okay? It's a big deal. So everyone right now is worried about their health and their wealth. You know, see, this is something you all have to understand, okay? Health and wealth are a big deal. They're the most important things out there. See, in 2008, the economy crashed, right? Where is he now? No, he's anti-network marketing. Even though what he said he was going to do, Steph and I actually did. But now it's one of those awkward moments now with him because he doesn't really want to engage me because he quit, right? Because now I'd be like, what up, bro? Like, yeah, we're both networkers. But he quit. So now he doesn't want to really talk to me at all, right? So everyone is worried about their health and wealth. So let me give you guys another reason why you guys should be freaked out hitting up everyone and their mom. Okay, so in 2008, when the economy crashed, okay, let's just talk about Monavie. Monavie, which was Dellen's last community, exploded. Well, network marketing in general explodes in down economies. However, if you reflect back to 2008, the economy crashed. We're not in a crash yet, but we're hurting, okay? The economy crashed, and what happened is people became hungry from a wealth perspective, okay? Which is huge. That all by itself, we see what it can do in this profession. But this time around, it's also a health concern. So you have people that are not only hungry from a financial perspective, but you have people that are hungry from a health perspective, right? So that is literally from a business perspective, that is like double the amount of ammunition. And I want you guys to shift. I want you to shift your mindset right now and don't be like, man, Mario, people are dying and they're sick out there and you're trying to tell us about building a business. Yeah, because I believe in my products, first of all. But number two, I also believe in what I do. But here's the thing. I keep thinking about this because, guys, I'm praying daily that God would use me to speak into your life to stir you to action, okay? Because I'm always trying to think of different ways to kind of like get through to the group, to get people so dang fired up that they actually go. And I know sometimes people think that, oh, Mario, it's morally wrong to think about business right now. I don't think so. Think about this. What type of businesses are exploding right now? I've told Steph a million times, I was like, man, I should have bought stock in markets. Like, holy crap, like the food industry. You think we have any farmers that are hurting right now? No, right? So in every single catastrophe, economic downturn, there's people making money. But is it wrong? I promise you, if you guys went to middle America right now, like the Midwest, or right, you walk onto a farm, they're exploding right now. They're at their kitchen table like, oh my gosh, I can't even keep up. But guess what? They're making so much money, it's ridiculous. Do you think it's wrong that they're making that money? I don't. They're providing a service, and it just so happens that their service is needed right now, right? And so that's what we're doing. We're providing a service to people, and it's a service that is needed. Can you imagine that there's probably farmers, there's probably people, what other type of things or industries? Somebody has home-based business, yes. What other type of industries right now do you think that are exploding, guys? Sanitation, hand sanitizing companies, exploding, right? The toilet paper companies, exploding, right? Crazy stuff, okay? So the idea is it bad? No, it just so happens. I would submit to you that there's farms right now, somewhere in our nation, that because of the next 6 months to maybe a year, okay, their family's financial future will forever be changed simply because of the time right now, right? And if you look back in history, that happens all the time, right? You look at like the Rockefellers and all these people that were in coal and they were in oil at the certain times. And it was right when the America needed that for the war, and boom, exploded, and now their families changed forever, right? And so you see, this is the opportunity. But remember, again, it's still a numbers game, guys. So throw the bait in the water. And if they bite, great. If they don't, okay, just keep on moving. Just keep on moving. So this is a text. So you guys should take a screenshot of this. Okay, this is a text that I've been using for people that I presented the business to a while back, and now I'm going back around. So, hey, Joe, hope you and your family are doing well with everything going on. I just wanted to swing back around and see if you're open to taking a second look at my CBD project. I know timing is everything, and with everybody so focused on health and wealth at the moment, we're exploding. Anyways, open for a call to check out the details again, okay? Let me know either way. If not, no worries, okay? Isn't that crazy? Okay, so this is, man, it's already 1. I'm sorry, guys. I always try to keep this at 1 hour. I'll try to speed up. I apologize, guys. This is just very important that you understand these principles. Okay, so our action plan, okay? I'm going to do this one more time so you guys can have a chance to screenshot this if you want. Okay, this is to follow up with people that at one time, okay, you showed the business to and they said no, okay? Now, here's our action plan, our daily method of operation. You should be requesting 100 friends per day, okay? I got nowhere to go, exactly. So Abel, because you just put yourself on blast, brother, this action plan page is gonna get you, okay? Ready, check this out. 100 friends per day, cold market. Every single day. And by the way, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to create some trackers for you guys so you can start tracking this, okay? So requesting, no, you can use whatever one you prefer, okay? Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it is, okay? But you just want to be 100 new friends per day. You also want to follow up with 30 people a day in your warm market, okay? Now, you might be new and none of this applies to you. Because if you're new, you should be talking to everybody in your warm market the first time, for the very first time. This should take you about 2 hours a day. Now, some of you are like, Mario, this is a part-time business. Actually, no, for the next however many months or weeks, this could be your full-time business now. Think about that, right? But what I suggest is that you guys get a port on your calendar, on your phone, or wherever it is, and you block out 2 hours a day. You tell everybody, listen, I've got to go to work today. And when you go to work today, it's going for your Viseo business. And I'm going to put 2 hours worth of work just in this every single day. And then the rest of the time, you're working on your branding and your marketing. And we're going to talk about that next, okay? So what is branding? Branding is the marketing practice, okay? Well, let me move this. I have my screens and stuff. Branding is the marketing practice of creating a name, a symbol, or design that identifies and differentiates a product from the other products. You are the product. So let me tell you guys, okay? I don't market, I don't brand myself Viseo. I don't brand myself CBD. I brand myself. I'm the product. People follow people, right? An effective brand strategy gives you a major edge in increasingly competitive markets. So now let's talk about attraction marketing. Attraction marketing is the process of drawing interest to a company, product, or service, or you, using carefully devised techniques. The goal is to attract potential customers to the way the item is better, to the way the item has bettered the seller's own life, right? So if you're marketing yourself, right, generally speaking, I market or I brand the entrepreneur life. I know what my brand is. I know what I market. Leveraged income. Freedom is what I market. I don't market or brand CBD. I don't market. That's why a lot of you guys, and I'm not looking at any of your names on here, but those of you guys that have created Instagrams and it's like CBD1 person, Mario CBD, like, don't do that, right? Because now you've put yourself in a box, right? Because for those of you guys right now that marketed yourself as, you know, Abel, the CBD guy, right? All of a sudden, what's a hot product right now? Eternal. Now you put yourself in a box. How are you going to pivot out of that, right? So that said, keys to attraction marketing. This is very important, okay? This is the how-to of what we're talking about today, okay? So spread knowledge. Attraction marketing is all about educating others, okay? All about educating others. Earn trust. Trust wins at all times. Again, you have to remember the reason why your warm market doesn't listen to you is because they don't what? Trust and respect you in this particular area, right? But your cold market can. So you've got to continue to go out there and make yourself this trusted advisor, okay? Now, be authentic. That's the other thing, right? Be authentic. Let people know, hey man, I'm really focused on doing this. I want to go out there and just bless people. I want to share information with people. Be social and responsive. That means also interact with other people, okay? Give insights, okay? So make sure that what you're doing is really blessing other people, right? So you post an article and then say, my thoughts on the article are right here. Okay, generate and distribute content, and we're going to talk about that because that's the thing that's tough, I think, for many people, right? So let's talk about this, okay? I forgot to put these one at a time here, but check this out. So we've got, what is your brand? So when you think of your warm market, okay, I want you to ask yourself, what is your brand? My brand is freedom. Okay? Even on Instagram, I'm freedom fighter. Okay? My brand is that. But I want you to ask, what do you think your warm market thinks of when they think of you? That's key. Write it down. Be honest. Be open. Maybe ask a couple of people that you trust. Okay? What does my warm market think of when they think of me? Okay? Now, is your brand attractive? Okay? So again, remember that we have a lot of people out there that have not used this philosophy. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I just got a text. I've used this philosophy a lot in a long term. So if you haven't been using this right, is your brand attractive to people? It's going to be tough because sometimes people go out there and they're posting political views, right? Now, I'm not looking at anybody here, okay? If you don't like our president, you know that there's a lot of people who do. And if you want to be attractive and you go out there and call him names or cuss at him or whatever it is, there's a certain amount of your group that is being pushed away, right? Now, for me, okay, I'll tell you, over the course of the last week, I'm kind of like in an advanced level of marketing where I understand algorithms, okay? And so when you have more people commenting on your posts, more people in your network are going to see your posts, okay? So every now and again, I'll post something for the purpose of getting people to be in there, like kind of arguing with each other. I posted something the other day about Nancy Pelosi, okay? I'm not a fan of hers, okay? But I posted it with the purpose of getting people to go, hey, what are you thinking? Right? And all I'm doing is sitting back going, yeah. Because what happens is the algorithm of my posts going forward show to more people, okay? So I just want to get that. That's not necessarily where you're at because I have a more of a seasoned Facebook account. So I'm going a little bit higher level, but I just want to make sure you guys understand that. Understand that if you're using, okay, if you're using Facebook appropriately, okay, and you want to use it to build a business, you've got to be attractive to everybody. Now, that doesn't mean, guys, that you can't have your own thoughts. It doesn't mean that you can't have your own convictions. And I'm not going to tell you what to say or what not to say. I'm just going to say is be aware that your comments or posts that are a little bit more, dicey are going to alienate parts of your market. And the whole purpose of this is to create a new market, okay? So with that being said, now let's talk about your cold market. Guys, listen, they don't know you at all, okay? They don't know you at all. Would you recommend creating a separate Facebook account? No, absolutely not. No. That is absolutely the opposite of everything I'm teaching here. Everything that I'm teaching here right now is for you to meet other people. You, right? Creating a separate Facebook is to say, Mario, this is Mario, the real estate agent. This is Mario, the CBD guy. This is Mario, and now you're decompartmentalizing yourself. I just want me to be that person. I want to go out there and build a brand. And yeah, even me, I have some other projects that I'm working on. I have Amazon business that I do. I have a lot of things. So no way build a new account on Facebook or anything else. Just keep your own and build it and develop it and just do it right, okay? But see, the idea is they don't know you at all. So all these people that you're bringing in, okay? Remember I told you that the law of proximity works against you with your warm market, right? Okay? What about a group? No, there's no reason to have a group. It's not part of it's not duplicatable. So one of the things that you have to understand in network marketing, guys, stop asking if it works, ask if it's duplicatable. See, what does that mean? Okay? Let's say I've got a lot of money and I get started in network marketing and I say, listen, man, Mario, I can rent out a restaurant down the street here. I know the owner. I can serve dinner for everybody and I can have 75 people in a room and they'll all join. And I'll get you in front to do the presentation. How many of you guys think that might work? Yeah, might work. Hey, come on over. We're going to have dinner, and I'm going to have a friend of mine pitch you a business idea. Okay? Yeah. You might even get a lot of people to join. So does it work? Yes. But is it duplicatable? No. Because nobody else in there is going to have the bandwidth, is going to have the money to be able to go out and, hey, listen, man, the way to be successful in this business is rent out a restaurant. No. So building your own separate group is a bad thing. Because what happens is, first off, it's not part of our system. Our system, remember we talked at the very beginning, amateurs think of different ways. Professionals sit into the car, push the gas pedal, and go, because we already have an established a system. I have a team of 4,500 people. Do you know where my team is? On the UCrew Nation team page. I don't even have my own group, okay? So there's no reason for you to start separate groups. At that, you shouldn't have separate WhatsApp groups either, okay? So now let's get back on track, okay? So they don't know you at all, the people that you're adding. So the law of proximity with the people that know you works against you. But the law of proximity with people that you don't know, right, that you created, right? So you created this group of people. Remember when I said the list of 10 people who's more likely to join you? You only added the people who are more likely to join you. Real estate professionals, network marketers, insurance agents, and entrepreneurs. So when you're branding yourself, cold market people that you've hand selected into your network are going to be more likely to be the ones that say like, hey man, great post. Can I share this? Right? How many of you know that with your warm market, you haven't done this strategy right now, with your warm market, if you post something that has to do with your business, you get like one like and it's like your mom. And she's like, let me see how to like this. Oh, I think I like, sweetie, I liked your post, right? Because it's just your mom. She's going to have your back because she's your mom, right? Your warm market doesn't care. So what we do is we go and we build a cold market strategy. And all the people that you're bringing in, that you're hand selecting because they have the right mindset, because they're open-minded, because they're entrepreneurs, they're the ones that this whole strategy is built for, right? So when you're going out there and you're creating yourself as a brand, as an expert, and you're posting and you're doing all different types of stuff, these people are going to look at you and they're going to be drawn to you, okay? This is a big deal, guys, okay? Branding. So what you want to do, guys, on social media is you need to post 3 times a day, okay? Now, again, if you're not a social media person, you might be like, what? Are you kidding me? I hate social media, right? Well, listen, evolve, guys. To get somewhere you've never been, you've got to do something you've never done, okay? And we've got to evolve. So articles, studies, inspirational quotes, right? Education, going out there and just giving to people. Do Facebook Lives. I know it's terrifying, but you have to do them. Videos, okay? If you don't want to do a live, start out with some videos. Put a video up and just explain to somebody why, using technology. Here's what I would tell you to do, okay? It's very simple. Go to Google, okay, and find why is it important to have a technology-based business. You'll find a ton of different articles, okay? Read one of them on a note of paper, right? Point number 1, because it gives flexibility. Number 2, because you can build global. Number 3, because you don't ever have to be anywhere. Write it down on a piece of paper and then grab your phone and put your paper right here and go, hey guys, it's me, it's Catherine. Just wanted to say, look, I'm super excited. I want to share something with you about why it's important to have a business that's online. You look at your thing. Well, first thing is because it gives you flexibility. It's super simple, guys. But practice. And if you don't want to do it live, film a recorded video of you doing it. And then once you've gone through a couple times, you can just post it, okay? Check in. Now, we can't check in anywhere right now because we're all at home. But typically, if you go to Starbucks and you're meeting with somebody about the business, check in there. Don't say, Viseo business meeting. No, because then they're going to go Google Viseo. So check in and say business development meeting, right? Excited to launch new markets. Check in at Starbucks, okay? Selfies, yes, post selfies. Why? Because you're the brand. You are the brand. Now, I'm already going to hear it. I hate selfies. I don't like posting selfies. You have to, guys, right? You have to. This is the marketplace that we're in. People need to identify with you, right? It's the reason why for years and years and years, sitting kneecap to kneecap with somebody, right? breaking bread with somebody has always been the best because I can look you in the whites of the eyes. I can shake your hand. I can get a vibe for who you are. Well, we're on the online marketplace. This is the ability for you to be able to see me, right? And to see me with my kids, to see me hanging out with my wife, to see me, at the gym. This makes me a real person to you. So first off, what I tell you, we'll go here, get uncomfortable, okay? You've got to get uncomfortable with this and you got to work at it. Okay, it is going to take work. Guys, believe it or not, when I started this campaign, my mentor told me, he said, Mario, look, he looked at my wife and he said, Steph, you've now got to be his paparazzi. She was like, what? If you see him, he's got his haircut looking nice, or he's sitting next to the car and you see, that's a good picture, just take it, right? Because Mario's going to need pictures. He's going to need content. So tell your significant other, if you see me anywhere, see me doing something good, or see me in a cool light, or if you're somewhere like, babe, look at this is cool. Here, stand by that tree. Let me take a picture of you, right? Those are things you have to do because you have to be proactive about your branding campaign and plan it out. This is very important. Plan it out, okay? So, and here's the other thing, copy. Guys, I will tell you, don't think that I'm this marketing genius. I'll tell you that probably 50% of the stuff I post on Facebook or on Instagram or somewhere, I found somewhere else. I'm just copying it. I copied it and I posted it because I'm like, ooh, that's a good post. Or maybe I'll put a little twist on it, right? To change it to mine. Who cares, right? Because I know what I'm trying to get from it. I'm trying to get engagement. I'm trying to educate. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, right? Do you know how many times I've stole stuff from Lauren Richards? Lauren's a nurse, right? She comes out of that background. She posts great stuff all the time. And I'm like, ooh, stealing, right? I'm putting it up because I have a different market than Lauren, right? Lauren has her own network. She has her own people. My network is different from her network, but I'm going to take that because these people aren't going to see those people. What if they're Viseo people? Well, I already told you I don't really, accept a lot of Viseo people, but if they are, who cares, right? Doesn't bother me one bit. Now look, I'm going to show you. How many of you guys have looked at the front cover or the front page of your social media platform? So this is what people see when they come to your page. Okay, so that's my YouTube. I did update that picture, but it wouldn't show and I ran out of time before jumping on this call. But all of mine, just so you know, if you guys can see down here, you see that little logo that I have with the laptop and the phone and the journal? Guys, I took that a long time ago. It's just something that I took in my office, clicked on it. Okay, it looked cool, put a cool little filter on it. And then what did I do? I added my logo, right? I had somebody create that for me. Guy off of Fiverr, Fiverr, I believe it is. Fiverr is where you can go and get freelance graphic designers. These guys are like in India and they'll make something like that for you with your initials on it for 25 bucks, okay? So here it is right there. That's my LinkedIn, okay? Sales leader, professional entrepreneur, okay? This is my Twitter. I barely use Twitter, right? Look at, I only have 39 followers there, 113. I follow 39 or whatever. I don't have a lot there. Entrepreneur, networker, coach, trainer, okay? This is my link or my Instagram. I use Instagram more than most, right? So Instagram and Facebook are the ones that I use the most, okay? So follower of the king, husband, father, entrepreneur, speaker, coach, trainer, salesman. Now, anywhere here, do you see CBD, Viseo? No, because I brand me. I don't brand, look at, and I have my website there, right? MarioAdelgadillo.com, okay? And then this is the front page of my Facebook, okay? So with that being said, guys, we are done with today's training. It will be recorded. I apologize for going longer than I normally do, but I'll stay on for about 5 minutes. If there's anybody else that has any other questions, I don't have a problem answering those for you guys. I know some of you guys have to jump off, but is there any other questions that you guys have you want to type in? I can address for you. I can also help some of you guys offline. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me any messages there. But okay, thanks again. Thank you. Okay, guys. Let's go all and get to work.